Energize. On screen. Make it so. On screen. Come. Stand by for
Welcome
sources
to
operation.
How Much for Just the Podcast. I'm Damo.
And I'm Mick.
And this week we're doing... What are we doing? Tomorrow's yesterday.
Tomorrow is yesterday.
I was about to say Assignment Earth.
So was
I was
I.
just reading... I was just reading the Wikipedia on Tomorrow's Yesterday,
Right.
and there's a sequel comic to Assignment Earth in which Gary Seven and Roberta are tangentially involved in the events of Tomorrow's Yesterday.
Okay.
Like to try and prevent the impact of the like they're trying to delete the UFO footage as well, but chronologically, Enterprise and crew haven't met Gary Seven and Roberta yet, so they're not allowed to actually get involved in it. But yeah, so it was on my brain. But we're not doing Assignment Earth this week because we did it last week with Kaylee.
Yeah.
And now I say last episode.
Well, I mean, maybe it will be like next week because maybe at some point someone's going to go through the How Much for Just the Podcast archives and watch it in Star Trek broadcast order.
Go. That's getting too meta. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're watching it in broadcast order, don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. But also, this would be the first episode that involves time travel in all of Star Trek canon.
It is. It's the
Which
first.
is
It's the first.
First time travel fuckery.
Foundational bit of time travel fuckery.
Yay! And written by DC Fontana.
Yeah.
And Dorothy, you've done better.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's a good episode. Like I quite liked it, the bits and pieces of it. But the resolution, like it's
just Spock saying logically,
Yeah.
and then making up a bunch of shit about how
that
the
is
episode
not
was.
logical at all. Logically, if we transport you back before you got beamed up, then you won't remember anything. What? Why? What? Why? No, that's not how anything works.
No, it's not.
It's like if they never transported him up in the first place, then he's still in the cockpit of the plane.
Yeah, so it's the first time travel fuckery,
First time travel episode.
which again uses the same foundational slingshot thing in the episode we watched last week.
Yes.
Last
It was
episode.
first established in this episode.
Yes.
This is the first slingshot maneuver.
And we'll be back again in our next episode when we do Star Trek For the Voyage Home.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah, exactly the same thing all over again because they can't come up with any more ideas, apparently.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
But
If it works, it works.
but nobody loses their memory next time.
No.
Or before.
I mean, Spock's sort of not quite remembering things, sort of, because he's just been resurrected from the dead.
Yes.
So first time travel fuckery, which is why we get all of the exposition of, you can't show him all of this, Captain. He could change history. It's like, this is the time travel trope that sort of,
Yeah.
it's a given nowadays. Like in the thing, like if you travel back in time, don't interfere with things. But anyway, this episode is like, here's the bridge, and this is our Vulcan first officer, and here's the transporter room, and that's Uhura over there. Yes, we have women on the ship.
Yeah.
Yes, our computer's a woman. They did a lot of that.
Oh yeah, there was one. There's they just female crew member walk and like the horny trombones play.
Yeah.
They're just like the little horny trombone sting.
The Kirk's got a boner.
Well, not even that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like wah, wah, wah.
Just needed the bass of the 1970s porn movie.
Yeah.
Just a bow, ticka, bow, wow. But yeah, like there's a lot of references to and the computer getting the yes dear.
Yeah, because it was reprogrammed by women.
Yeah, like you didn't need the planets dominated by women, and we got them to reprogram a computer. Okay, because Earthlings could never make a computer that's a woman.
And it was irrelevant.
Completely irrelevant.
On my rewatch, I was like waiting for. I was like, why can't? There was something weird with the computer in this. What was going on there? Oh, nothing. Apparently, that's why I didn't remember.
it was just there.
Just a thing that happened.
It was just there for the captain, the pilot. I've already forgotten his name. Literally, just watched the episode. I've already forgotten
Yeah.
Christopher,
Yeah.
Captain Christopher. It was just there for him to comment on. Oh, you've got a lady computer, too.
Oh yeah, we've also got ladies in skirts walking down the halls. Madness.
Computing, dear. It's very much. Was it Michelle Barrett that did the voice? Is this the first one she did the voice of the computer in?
Might be. I'm not sure if that was Michelle or not. Yeah.
I didn't really notice, but like it's a very Gene thing to do. Is to get
Gene's vision.
Yeah, Gene's vision.
But to get Gene's hearing as well.
Gene's hearing, yeah. Maybe that's why that was added into the episode, just because he wanted Michelle Barrett to make a sultry little voice into a thing, and just wanted that as a tax write-off, so he can. I'm using the recording studio for reasons. It's definitely reasons. It's for Star Trek. It's definitely for Star Trek. It's not for my private collection of. Thanks, dear.
Was the direction on that something like, okay, now try it again and deliver it as if you've got 3 boobs.
Do it sexy. No, yeah. Star Trek's a product of its time, and the whole commenting on the women and the ship and the lady computer and all of that sort of stuff was very much sort of an attempt at going, yeah, no, it's fine. Like, because Kirk said, like, I did appreciate, like, Kirk said, oh, you've got, like, Captain Christopher goes, like, oh, you've got a woman, oh, that's a woman. And he goes, that's a crewman. Like, Kirk's response is, that's a crewman. Like, and like, that was very much, I like that, but also, it's a bit on the nose as well.
The way it was framed. I mean, and we'll see. And look, in 40, 50 years, we'll be looking back at Strange New Worlds in a similar way, I'm sure.
Probably,
just going, oh my God, what were they?
Even still, like, it's little bits of it I appreciated, but some of it was just a bit, all right, guys, all right. We've commented on the women thing enough. And let's go on to the time travel shenanigans.
I guess it was like season 1, so they were still making points about what they were establishing differently in the future, and it still seemed like it was
shoehorned in, particularly with the computer that had no plot relevance whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, like it would have worked if they'd done it just to make a point, but they played it for comedy as well. Yeah, and. It wasn't. I don't think it was ever funny.
It wasn't that good. You had the little quirky little. We just make it a joke music, like but like you didn't. It's not laugh out loud.
Surprised they didn't use a laugh track.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, has anyone ever done that? Edited a laugh track into TOS?
Surely. People of the internet, you know what to do.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Links below or whatever.
Oh, that was the other thing that jumped out to me was the lighting.
Yeah, the lighting's very strange.
Especially on Kirk, which has got. And
you had the letterbox lighting when
only on him.
Yeah.
But also
everyone else is lit normal.
Well, some people are not lit at all. It seems as well. There's there's some kind of shots where it just like they just didn't seem to bother moving a light. Yeah, and it just like obviously that person's supposed to be standing somewhere else, but they just like
and when they're walking through shadows, like isn't this supposed to be okay, fair enough, all right. So somebody fired a gaffer.
I mean there was like some of it was weird choices and some of it was just like someone just didn't show up to work that day. So it was inconsistent.
It was very inconsistent. Strange directorially, but
it was fine. Lots of stock footage. Which would probably save them some money.
Mm-hmm. Even the superimposed Enterprise on the sky. It's like, did they get stock footage for the sky as well, or did they just send someone out with a camera just to look up? Well, go outside and point the camera upwards for a bit, and that'll do.
I think they just used whatever was left over for they had their jet fighter flying footage, and they just went, we'll just use the end
same
of that
one.
roll.
Yeah. But it's a fine episode, but the resolution was a bit messy and didn't make any sense. Why are you going backwards in time in order to go forwards? If that's how that works,
because it's logical.
It's not.
if
You can't just tack logical onto something and go...
It's logical. If you speed up while going towards the sun, you're going to go backwards in time before you go forwards again. It's like that's just how physics works.
Why aren't they always travelling in time, though? Like, it's...
That's the thing. It's like they're not doing anything they don't regularly
do on the reg, yeah.
But this time warps.
Yeah, I mean, look, there is science behind the slingshot maneuver type thing.
Oh, yeah.
But like, it's not... it doesn't work like it does in the episode.
No.
Like, there is sort of... Because I think we've talked about it before on the podcast. Is like, if you accelerate faster than the speed of light, then technically you would go backwards in time or
but you become infinitely massive. Or
yeah.
And I don't.
Physics.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. But
if you're a time traveler,
if you're a time traveler, save us for fuck's sake. We're fucked. God, you know what? The other thing that had no plot relevance, the sergeant they beamed up accidentally.
Yeah.
Like he was just like he didn't even like he gets beamed up and then he just goes catatonic.
Yeah.
Just standing there, just and like lets McCoy take the gun off him. It's like you're a sergeant in the military with a gun who's just been taken somewhere. I feel like their training would kick in and they'd use the gun.
You think?
Probably. You wouldn't just go catatonic and just stand there staring at Spock while he slowly ambles up. Maybe that was a time thing because like they spent a lot of time when he gets beamed up just Spock slowly walking up to him and just staring at him for a minute and raising his eyebrow. And then it's just like he does nothing for the rest of the episode but stand in the fucking transporter room. Yeah. And like later on, like you see him and he's just there.
He pokes some soup.
Pokes some soup, yeah. gets a bowl of soup and like it's a replicator. Yeah, we know. All right, so
but it had the crewmen in the comfy overalls.
The comfy overalls, yeah.
I've observed on those before that like those look like a very comfortable uniform choice. Yeah.
And it makes more sense for a crew person to wear those than a scant, or a jumpsuit.
Yeah. No, it's like it looks like it might even have pockets.
Pocketses.
Yeah.
It's pocketses.
And also they refer to him as Transporter Chief, I think.
Did they? Oh,
yeah. At least like Kirk references the phrase Transporter Chief.
Yeah.
And I think that might be one of the earliest occurrences of like just setting that up. And that's.
Well, this is episode 19 of the first season. I feel like we would have. I don't know. It's been a long time.
It's still in the stage where most of the people writing the scripts probably haven't seen the show yet.
Yeah, exactly. So it's still in the early days. According to Wikipedia as well, like this was supposed to be like part 2 of the Naked Time. Like apparently, the end of the Naked Time, they were supposed to run into a black star or whatever happened,
right?
And there was supposed to be a part 2 that the story concept was nixed and became this episode.
Oh, okay.
Then Dorothy wrote it. The bloke who originally came up with the concept didn't write this episode, and didn't get paid for it either.
Oh,
so
that's not right.
No, it's not right. It's not right. But so this was sort of reworked from a part 2 of the Naked Time.
Yeah, Naked Time was a bold choice for season 1.
Yeah. Was that season 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, this is season 1. So
yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, like the Naked Time and Naked Now are both season 1 episodes. Yeah, they're both very bold choices.
Naked Now is literally episode 2
of
TNG, and it's not a good episode. It's basically a remake of Naked Time.
Yeah, I think that was the point. Was just like they just wanted to dip into TOS continuity and go, what can we just do another riff on?
Yeah.
We want an excuse to look up the old Enterprise in the computer, and say the name Kirk. Yeah. That's just to make it very clear. But this is the same show.
But I think that's a lot of the criticism behind the Naked Now is that you've gone to the trouble of creating all these characters and a brand new show, and you follow it up with doing the old show again.
Yeah.
Like not your own thing. And I think it's probably probably best discussed when we do that episode in 10 years' time. But it was also like that. I think because there was a long time there where TNG then had a rule you can't mention the old shit again. Like for a long time. I think up until Scotty shows up or like Spock shows up, it's either unification or relics that they sort of broke that rule. But like Dr. McCoy's in the first episode, that's enough continuity. Off it. Like he's.
I mean, I get why you'd want to tip the hat in one or two and then just back off. But
yeah.
Doing a whole episode on it was just.
Yeah, I mean, Naked Time is not the. If you're going to remake an episode, or you're going to revisit something from an episode of TOS, Naked Time was not the one.
No.
Like you'd revisit this one, like, revisit bloody Tomorrow Is Yesterday, or revisit fucking the Guardian of Forever, or you probably couldn't because of licensing at the time.
Tholian Web.
Tholian Web. It was fucking. But yeah,
when they did do that, they did it well.
They mentioned the computers as well, like with the tape machines, and it's like, oh, you start this up, it'll make a noise, because they did make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Kirk saw one in a museum that still functions. That's okay. We don't have them in museums now.
Oh,
Probably. I don't know.
We do, yeah. Oh, well. There are vintage computer museums.
Okay, of course there are.
Yeah.
Of course you know. Your house is a vintage computer museum.
Yeah, it could be.
You've got pieces and bits from every era of computing that existed.
Yeah, not quite.
Not quite?
No, not quite.
What are you missing?
1960s.
Okay. Because you haven't got an entire room to keep one of the big ticker tape fucking machines.
No.
With the rolls of film and the thing.
Yes. Do talking this is like it's still about like they're still referring to computer tapes. Like no one ever envisioned a future beyond tape.
It's like bits of that couple of bits stuck out to me as well. Like Kirk knows what a dark room is. There's kids like now that wouldn't know what a fucking dark room is and what it does.
We know Kirk was into retro stuff. Like, he was into the Beastie Boys. He was like, Kirk, he had his Beastie Boys thing going on. He probably had analog tape collection. He would have.
True, yeah. Why didn't he use a fake name then when he was bloody getting interviews? My name's James T. Kirk. All right, we'll write that down, shall we?
Yeah.
Fucking, I know it's. See, that's this episode. Like the resolution of this episode is basically it never happened.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened. Like someone saw a UFO, and no, they didn't.
Yeah.
That was the resolution of the episode.
Yeah.
Which kind of shits me a bit, but
yeah, I mean, there's no reason why in the time travel thing that the Enterprise would not be there anymore after they beam this guy back.
Yeah.
It's like that. There's no reason for that.
No, like it's just. We've got to resolve the plot in less than 10 minutes. Okay, we'll just say that we're, we'll go back so you won't have any memory of it because it will never have happened. Then how come everyone else on the Enterprise has a memory of it? If it doesn't make internal sense. Like, even if that's the way time travel works in Star Trek, I mean, this is the first time travel episode in Star Trek, so maybe it could have been, but even if that was the way that time travel worked in Star Trek, it's not internally consistent within the episode.
No, it's not. There's no thought to how that works. And again, Dorothy, you could do better.
Dorothy does and can and did do better, but like obviously I don't know, time constraints or just.
I've got a feeling maybe she just like got handed a 90% complete script and was told, look.
Polish this up.
Yeah, you've got 3 hours. It needs to run 10 minutes longer.
Yeah. That's the pacing's off as well. Like they linger on a bunch of things, like the chicken soup bit and the stock footage and the Spock walking slowly up to people and just saying hello. A lot of it is very much just padding for time, and then they just rush the resolution. I think like someone wrote themselves into a corner and they just went. Never happened. Okay,
Dorothy, fix please.
Dorothy. Oh, Miss Fontana, we've got a fucked one again.
It's like, well, how long have I got? Well, they're shooting it now, and they're about to run out of pages.
Yeah, this afternoon. Can you get by this afternoon? It's 11 o'clock, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I don't know if DC Fontana would say for fuck's sake, but I feel like she would have thought it a lot with the shit she got handed every now and again.
Oh God, that could not have been like the best workplace.
I wouldn't have thought like a science fiction show in the 60s for a woman. I did like the cold opening of it, like it could have been the start of any other show until the Enterprise shows up.
Again, bit of a brave move in season 1.
Yeah, no, I quite liked it. It's like, and it's in the era like of the 60s. It's like, am I watching? I was supposed to be watching Star Trek. There's supposed to be Star Trek on. That's a plane. That's not a spaceship. There is. I don't know if that was the reaction they were going for, but the cold open was
or maybe they were trying
better than finding Data's head.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to trick people into not changing the channel. I was like, oh, God, good. I won't get up and change the channel. I was like, look, so there's a sensible military show on. Oh, what? Spaceships? Oh, no, you fooled me.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Oh, but I'm sitting down in my chair and I'm smoking my cigar now. I might as well just leave it on. I presume that was like the traditional viewing position was like, Star Trek. You'd be sitting in an armchair as the man of the house with a cigar.
Yeah, while your wife is in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Making a roast.
Yeah. Maybe a small child and a puppy, gazing adoringly at you. Yes.
And if they don't gaze adoringly, you hit them.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like, bring me the newspaper. It's like, you don't know if I'm gonna hit you with it or read it. Yeah, but
maybe both.
Yeah,
maybe both.
We'll find out, won't we?
We'll find out after these messages.
Oh, the whole industry is just bad.
Yeah,
but it's getting better.
Is it though?
Well, kind of.
Like the whole reason we have 10-episode seasons now is because they don't have to pay insurance until 12 episodes.
Oh, really?
That's why 10-episode seasons became a thing.
Mm.
And like that's one of the reasons they went on strike. I don't know if it changed after the strike, but it's like they don't have to pay health insurance until you've done this many episodes.
So on the other hand, though, I think that general contraction has actually improved the quality of the shows a fair bit.
You know what? Yeah. Look, the 10-episode, like, if you're going to do a whole season arc, it's easier to do that over 10 episodes than it is over, 26. But also, you miss out on those little stupid episodes that don't have any greater significance to the plot other than, being a character bit. No one's chasing down self-sealing stem bolts in an episode of Strange New Worlds. No one's fucking,
Well, they did stop and have a musical.
Yeah, well, okay, so Strange New Worlds is a bad example for that. No one's doing it in Discovery. Discovery does this the whole season arc.
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds, by its nature, is much more episodic. So you can do those, one episode focuses on one character and just doing silly things like musicals. So, yeah, Strange New Worlds, bad example. But...
But no, I feel like the 10-episode thing is a very good compromise between the very compressed 6-episode British tradition and the, we've got to be on every damn week, 26 episodes.
For half a bloody year.
Yeah, and that was just spreading things way too thin. So maybe split down the middle. Let's have 13 episodes. Let's see 13 episodes.
13 episodes is good. Doctor Who did 13 episodes for a little while.
I don't think they've got a pattern anymore. I think they just...
No, it's just like whenever they do stuff,
we'll just wing it. And,
but like the from 2005 through to, I think, like... I don't know, for the first, 5 seasons, they did, 13 episodes.
It was pretty reliable, and it's like, and I don't like that it's not that reliable anymore.
No. I mean, look, it's...
I mean, I get it, there were a few dodgy years there where it was very difficult to plan.
Something happened? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know, there's this weird, period where things just went strange, and no one seems to know why.
No, yeah, it's lost to the ages.
Glad it's all over now, though.
Yeah. What pandemic? COVID? More like no-vid. I hate myself for that.
Just for the record, this is I am vaccinated.
Yes,
For
fuck's sake,
to the hilt.
To the hilt.
Actually, I need to book in another strategic booster for 2 weeks before Comedy Festival because that seemed to work well last year.
Yeah, I should probably do the same.
Yeah.
Get your jab.
Yeah.
That's the thing I hate most about the pandemic is the fucking popularization of the word jab.
Really?
Get your jab. I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it.
Oh.
I don't like it.
Just the way some people don't like moist.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I don't know. Get your jab. Like, you can get jabbed by anything.
I've still got my jab done sticker on the fridge. From my first...
From the first one.
From the first one, when they gave me a sticker for being a good, brave boy. I got a lollipop with my first one. I never never got one since.
Did you go to a children's hospital?
I went to Sunshine Hospital. I think it was just a regular hospital, and but they had lollipops, and it was with promotional thing. They had the hashtag jab done lollipops,
right?
And
I got ripped off.
I know, but I never got one again. It was just that first one when
That's how they get you.
I know.
It's the vaccine didn't have the bloody microchips in it. The lollipop was how they got it.
5G lollipops. There
Bloody
we go.
5G lollipops.
Oh,
but my phone reception's never been better.
They'll be doing 6G next. You just wait. You mark my words.
Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about is Kirk's fight scene with the three blokes. Because, he does the fucking Kirk, literally dives into two of them. Head first, feet off the ground, dives and just bowls them over. And then he swings on the door to jump over someone, I'm being very athletic. Pulls himself up, someone runs underneath him, and he jumps over the next guy. It's such a Shatner fight scene.
It is, yes.
It's a very Shatner bloody... This is what he's famous for.
Did he do the two-hand...
I think he did. He did the two-hand punch. But, the dive is what got me. That sent me bloody cackling. Just, two of them are coming at him, and he just turns his body sideways and dives into them.
I just wonder if some of that's just due to framing because they just had such small sets and they just they just needed to get it all into one frame and just and we can't bloody move the camera now.
There's lots of punch-ons that happen.
But that just seems like a 60s TV necessity in some ways. It's they just have to have a bit of there has to be a bit of a scrap.
There's a bit of a scrap there, but there's no bit of a scrap when old mate goes catatonic on the transporter pad.
Yeah.
It's very...
I guess they wanted to show something else. Wasn't that one of the stupid things that happened in Babylon 5 sequels? Crusade.
Crusade.
One of the studio rewrites they forced Straczynski into was no, this needs to open with a fight. The show needs to open with a fight scene.
Yeah, probably.
And so that was what precipitated some of the episode reordering and stuff like that because we've already made these episodes. If we've got to have a fight at the beginning of the first one, we've got to make a new first one.
Change the uniforms because the other ones are at the wash.
Yeah.
Other ones getting laundered. There was a laundry accident, so they had changed back to the old fucking uniform. Fucking studio fuckery.
Well, at least they didn't change the uniforms around in one movie.
True. Generations.
Why? What point did it serve to just do both uniforms?
I don't know.
And just occasionally, everyone. It's everyone's new uniform was sent over on a different courier.
Yeah.
It's just has yours arrived yet? No, I got mine now.
Yeah. You get an old one, you get a new one. You get an old one, you get a new one.
Yeah.
So it's a very odd costuming choice in Generations.
Yeah.
To just have a bit of a mix.
Yeah. Everyone's used to the movies having a new uniform.
Yeah.
It's just it's always a visual refresh.
Yeah. Mind you, the red ones, the red
Oh, the
sideways
turtleneck
buttoning.
thing.
Yeah, the turtleneck. They lasted a long while.
Yeah.
They were kind of cool and like looked a bit more dressy than the standard uniforms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they were around for all of the TOS movies.
They looked very warm. I think it was.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
a lot of fabric.
It must have just not been great fun. Maybe that was the flappy bit, was just like the ventilation
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they needed to do, because under the studio lights it was just...
I would imagine.
But you think there would have been some input from them about... I mean, weren't they all producing those damn things like that?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I don't know, probably.
Yeah. You think they'd have some sway.
I mean, the one Shatner directed, like he had the whole uniform undone because he had the Go Climb a Rock T-shirt.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what we need, like a digitally remastered special edition of that, where we just put a Beastie Boys T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's
We should sabotage because
Yeah.
that's a song
Yeah.
by the Beast. Anyway, I regret nothing. What else to say about Tomorrow as Yesterday?
This is the thing. It wasn't really bad enough that anything really leaked out for super criticism. It was like it was fluff.
Yeah.
It was fluff. It was like a one premise joke bit that, like, oh, what if they went back in time? And it's like, oh shit, they're back in time now. What do we do? I guess we have to send them back somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we never saw the original crisis of the encountering the Black Star.
Yeah. Why did they even do that? Why did they even have that lead in?
I mean, they had to have some reason that the ship was there.
Yeah, I know, but it's like...
Instead of last episode, it's like, oh, we've been assigned to the 20th century. Have you, though? Why?
Temporal Investigations is not going to be happy about that.
No, probably not.
Is this the one where they go... Is this the one that makes them think of Kirk being such a menace?
I mean, this is probably the one where Temporal Investigations was established. Like, I mean, well, probably not, because Enterprise had a bunch of time travel.
I mean, the thing is, though, once Temporal Investigations has been established, it's always been established.
You keep saying that.
It does always exist.
No.
As soon as it exists once, it all is, because it is an encompassing thing outside of time.
Nah, I don't think it is.
And what's his name with his time ship and...
Braxton,
yeah.
The Doctor had some good bits in this episode, like the whole. What did he say? Like Kirk says something to him, is like, "Oh, you sound like a Vulcan." It's like, "Well, if you're gonna be nasty, I'll leave." That's just classic DeForest.
Yeah. Oh no! Look, Bones just like being grumpy at people is fun.
More of that.
Yeah.
Grumpy Bones.
There wasn't really much, Bones Spock interplay.
No, there wasn't. Like,
But there was only really that one scene. It wasn't like they just did the one scene in medical. It was just
Yeah, I mean, like there's Bones yelling at Spock when Kirk's stuck on the, like, he's being captured. It's like, damn it, do something, or whatever he says. It's like, I'm aware of that, Doctor.
Actually, like when they were all down there, I was like, why did Captain, what's his name, Christopher? He's got the gun, and he's like, no, I've got the gun, so that will somehow stop you beaming me up.
Mm-hmm. How is it?
Just like, okay, take your gun. Then as soon as you go out the door, we'll beam you up. And
then it turns out Spock's behind him the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's that bit again. It feels like padding. It's like, Spock, come out of there. He's not there. He's behind you. He's behind you. And it's like,
well, it's because he figured it was logical he would need to be behind him. Yeah, it was only logical he was going to try this, so I logically appeared behind him.
Yeah. I mean, like the only sensible person on the ship is like, I only trust you to a point. Like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just letting him fucking wander around.
Yeah. And because he knew the coordinates, he had to go with them.
Yeah.
Not because he was unable to, like, point at a map.
Yeah.
Because knowledge cannot be transferred by any means other than just going there and showing them.
Well, like, he did say that he refuses to give them the information unless they take it with
But
him.
how much information could it really be?
Exactly.
It's just like...
It's like, oh, I know the base. Oh, do you? Okay, well... And? What do you do? Fucking, we're going down there. Face is just done. Kill them all. No, doesn't kill them all.
Just like, well, like they go down, he shows them the thing, it's like, thank you, beam him up now, we'll carry on.
Yeah. Again, like, it's just padding.
And why did they leave him in a bloody Starfleet uniform when...
Yeah. But it's like, like, he pulls a gun on them, and then Spock has to do the nerve pinch. And then when he gets back up to the ship, he's just still allowed to wander around. It's like, you pulled a gun on us. We're fucking keeping you under security detail.
But I mean, I suppose they get it. I mean...
Yeah, they do.
Kirk would have done the same thing. It's
guess.
like, there's no way. He's like, I get it. We know. Yeah.
True, but like, once bitten, come on.
Oh, yeah, but it's also, while he's up there, what the fuck's he going to do? Just climb out the window and swim home?
Probably? I don't know.
I demand you let me out right now. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
If you insist.
Here's the door. Hold your breath. It's a long way down.
So they beam him out of his plane. So I've got to go back to the beginning again. It's like, traditionally, as is tradition.
As is tradition.
Bouncing around backwards and forwards, right?
So they lock the tractor beam on the plane.
They lock the tractor beam on the plane, which causes it to fall apart. They go, oh shit, better beam him out. So they beam him back to the same point where he can see the Enterprise. So the Enterprise is there when they beam him back. So it must have had the tractor beam on it. So they must have beamed him back into a plane that's about to fall apart.
Or, no, they beamed him back before they'd locked the tractor beam on, which doesn't make sense.
But no, because you see in the effects, like, you see the beam out, beam in thing. He's in the cockpit. They're beaming him back to the point where they took him out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the plane must be about to fall apart because the Enterprise is there up to the point where he's back.
But they've travelled... But then when he does beam back in, the Enterprise isn't there.
But it's only just not there because in the lead up to... Right up to the point where he reappears, he's still talking and saying that thing there, I see it.
Yeah.
And then when he's replaced, he suddenly go, oh, fuck, it's gone.
Yeah. No,
but up to that point, the tractor beam must have still been on it.
Yeah.
So, he's dead now.
No, see, he survived because logical. Logic says, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Or maybe they just...
These are not the droids you're looking for.
You know, the rational explanation, the only thing that actually does make any of this make sense, that could actually repair all the holes in this, is the help of Gary Seven.
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
I'm going to have to look up this tie-in now, because that actually could could fix a lot of things.
It could well do. The Star Trek comic books are doing some fun things, it looks like. I feel like I should go into Minotaur and pick up a copy of something or other. Because, like, the covers that I showed you that one with, like, alternate universe Ducat being in charge, like, in a Starfleet uniform, and Mariner's there, and so's Alexander and fucking...
Yeah, all the famous Starfleet children except Wesley.
Yeah, except Wesley. Do you know why? Because shut up, Wesley! He's off doing fucking Traveller bullshit. But yeah, cute.
I mean everyone...
Like I saw the cover.
Everyone in that frame was off doing other bullshit.
Yeah.
But somehow pulled into this except Wesley. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, like, you've got Q Jr. there, so like it makes sense. Because Q can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
But like, I saw that cover and I thought, is that Q Jr.? Is that Alexander? Is that fucking? What is happening? Why is Jake in Starfleet? Anyway, turns out alternate universe bullshit. I was more like, that's the thing. Like looking at the thing, I was more shocked that Jake was in Starfleet than fucking Gul Dukat. It's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Wait a minute, Jake, you're not supposed to be. Anyway, I'm gonna have to pick up an issue. I think I'm gonna have to pick up
Good
something.
old Jaco.
Well, I did purchase, but I used one of my Audible credits to get the Making It So, the Patrick Stewart's autobiography, read by Patrick Stewart.
Nice.
So the Audible is read by him. So that's I haven't actually listened to it, but yeah, I do have that.
In what era is that like that's new, isn't it?
This is like last year.
Yeah. So it's like because I felt his voice is going a little bit lately.
Yeah. His voice has been going for a little while. But
Yeah, because I mean, there's a distinct difference between 10 years ago Sir Patrick and modern Sir Patrick.
Yeah. It's,
Which is well, it's just like that's the nature of life, isn't it? But
Yeah.
if I was going to listen to Sir Patrick speak, I'd probably want him to be speaking about 10 years ago. I think.
Oh well.
If you could just go back in time somehow and let youthful Sir Patrick read his own late in life autobiography to us, without somehow allowing him to know his future or time. Or maybe he reads his autobiography and goes, no, look, I'm fine with that. I don't want to change it. Looks like it all turned out for the best.
Make him read the book and then transport him back to the moment that you fucking... And then it just deletes his memory for plot reasons. I don't...
Yeah. Logically.
Yeah, logically.
But he'll have to be moving forwards or backwards at some point.
Yeah. He'll have to find a black star. This is
or just the regular star, apparently.
Yeah.
Any star.
It'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah, so we will be back next time for another very special episode of Voyage Home. We haven't decided what we're going to do special about it,
Yes.
but it feels like the first movie should be something.
It should be something
auspicious.
Yes. It should be. But also, it's also just a TOS episode in many ways.
I mean, it kind of is, but it's also like,
with fewer wobbly sets.
Yeah, fewer, just a higher budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time, but it's one of the best movies, I think. So yeah, we'll be back next time.
Maybe we should just record the whole thing on board a Klingon ship.
So have you got one spare?
No, give me a week. I'll knock something up.
Just tear down the asbestos shed and
we'll just
park it there.
We'll do the whole thing while wearing rubber foreheads.
Just record it in Klingon. I had conversational Klingon the book, but I never. I'm bad at real world languages.
Oh,
let
same,
alone,
yeah.
I have no aptitude for learning other languages. I've tried a bunch of times.
I liked what was the I liked the Klingon and cultural aspects of the language books that they put out, which I found very amazing. I loved the Klingon joke that was the jailer and his prisoner. Mm. It was just give an example as this is Klingon humor. There's there's a prisoner in a cell and a jailer standing outside, and the prisoner says, "Guard, I am so hungry," and the guard says, "I am also hungry," and the prisoner says, "Guard, I'm so thirsty," and the guard says, "Yes, I too am thirsty," and the prisoner says, "Guard, I'm so tired," and the guard says, "I am not tired."
Hilarious. Hilarious.
That and a pint of blood wine gets to the table right.
Anyway, we'll talk more about Voyage Home next time.
Next time on How Much for Just the Podcast.
Next time on How Much for Just the Podcast. Go to prettygrouse.com and look up Hailing Frequencies Open on the Melbourne Comedy Festival website and come on down and have some beers with us. We will have beers.
Yeah. We'll need a few to get through Picard Season 2.
Yeah, we will. Will we fucking ever? God. Anyway, computer and program.
Where are we?
How Much for Just the Podcast is a Grouse Media production.
Room 3. Engage. Hologram. Energize.
The theme music you heard was the Picard rap by Nikolai Kingsley. For all links to our stuff, we have lots of stuff. Go to prettygrouse.com.
How many like what lights? There are 4 lights. Irrelevant. Irrelevant.
Apparently, I'm a creative person. Apparently, I'm a creator.
Okay. Congratulations.
Oh, this is this. So we are creating content.
We are creating. God. Sorry. Yeah, we're content creators. We're content content creators. Anyway.